Have you ever wondered why some people are just naturally and seemingly more confident than others? Have you ever found yourself envying confidence as a quality in somebody else that you kind of want for yourself? To understand how to grow confidence within ourselves more, we have to fundamentally understand what confidence is. That's what this video is going to be about. We're going to discuss what confidence is, why it's so important, and how to grow it more within yourself. So what confidence is the absence of feelings that cause you to be a little bit up in the air, up in your head, not grounded, fearful, and hesitant. So think about a situation that you're not confident in. Maybe you're not confident in small social gatherings with people that you don't really know too well. So what are the feelings that arise in that situation? Even if that's not the situation. Pick any situation that you're not confident with and try to feel into it. What you're going to notice is you're going to feel uncomfortable, right? Confidence is the absence of discomfort. You're going to feel like you're in unfamiliar territory if you're not confident. You don't really have a lot of experience in approaching whatever situation that you're not comfortable with. You're a little bit scared. You're not scared like, oh my God, I'm going to die. But you're scared as in you feel a little bit of tension in your body. You're not truly and authentically expressing yourself and really just being yourself. So now let's think about a situation where we're a lot more confident. Let's pick a situation that no matter who you are, you're probably very confident with. Tying our shoes. That might sound kind of silly, but I bet you when you go tie your shoes, you have no hesitation. You're not in your head, I wonder what my shoelaces are thinking about me. You're not, don't have any apprehension. There's no fear. So let's take this example, that example that you're confident with, tying your shoes, and whatever example that you chose for something that you're not confident with. And let's compare the two. What do they have in common, and what are the differences? Actually, we're just going to focus on the differences. That's all we're concerned about here. So the difference in the situation that you're comfortable with, tying your shoes, is that you've done it 1,000 times. Essentially, you've mastered the art of tying your shoe. You haven't mastered whatever it is that you're uncomfortable with. If you're uncomfortable in social settings, it's kind of self-explanatory that you have not mastered this situation. You don't have a lot of experience with it. And quite frankly, you don't really even have a knowing of how to approach it in a way that you can kind of build an experience with. And it was the same as tying your shoes. Sure, you have a lot of experience at tying your shoes, but how did you learn how to do it in the first place? Somebody taught you, right? Maybe like a school teacher or your mom or your dad or whoever your guardian was growing up. They probably taught you how to tie your shoe. You needed to seek out guidance. It wasn't something that you were born with. You're not born with a knowing of how to tie your shoes. You're not born confident in approaching the task of tying your shoes. Now, this is important to understand. You are not born with confidence in anything. When you're born, you're fully dependent on others for your own survival. It's with learning and integrating what it is that we learned into experience that we grow more confident in any given situation. So that's the first step. Seeking out guidance with whatever it is that you're not comfortable with, and then integrating what it is that you're learning from wherever you're getting your guidance from. And there's a lot of resources out there. Whatever situation you might not have confidence in, you can probably watch a free YouTube video or even spend a couple bucks and buy a book on confidence. Or, you're watching this video right now. Here's a resource, right? It's a free resource. There's tons of free resources out there for whatever it is that you're not confident with, probably right down to specifically that exact example. But like I said, we have to understand what confidence is. Confidence is experience in something. Confidence is comfort and being grounded in our approach to that given experience, or to like that given situation that we're approaching. So let's take a look at how some people are naturally more confident than others. Well, we're a product of our environments growing up, right? So maybe you've been kind of indoctrinated with this limiting belief system that's caused you to be less confident than the next guy. So that's something that you approach with the knowing of, oh, like growing up, I was never really empowered to feel good enough. I never really got the tools to learn, and that's why I lack confidence. There's no shame in not naturally being great at anything. You have to learn how to approach situations. You have to learn your social skills, right? So the social skills is a big one. A lot of people that envy confidence as a quality specifically envy confidence in a social setting. Because if you lack confidence, you don't just lack confidence in every aspect of your life. You're probably really confident in certain aspects of your life, and you lack confidence in other aspects. So a really popular one is the social setting, approaching the opposite gender, right? So people tend to tie in confidence with good looks. It's like, oh, well, that guy's so much more confident than me, because he's got a nicer face and he's got a nice body, he works out a lot, so sure, he's going to be more confident. That's not fundamentally why his approach to women is more confident than yours. That plays a role, perhaps, and why it plays a role is because naturally it was a perpetuated energy. So what I mean by that is, sure, maybe he attracted a lot of people because of his good looks. A lot of girls were attracted to him, so they went to go interact with him. And it kind of perpetuated this confidence energy of, oh yeah, I'm a good-looking guy. I can approach these situations with confidence. And the reason for that is because that guy, that's a good-looking guy, has so much experience with talking to women that now he can just be himself. Now he's completely comfortable in his approach. So that's where the good looks have a correlation with the confidence. But the confidence is not intrinsically tied to the good looks. It's indirect. So maybe if you're not like the best looking guy out there and you acknowledge this, it doesn't matter. It literally does not matter. All that matters is that you build up a kind of like a base of knowledge of how to approach social situations, how to approach talking to a girl. And then you tie it into experience. And the more experience you get doing it, the more comfortable you're going to be. And you're not going to be stuck in this belief system that, oh, I'm never going to get a pretty girlfriend because I'm not a good-looking guy. Or vice versa, if you're a girl and you lack confidence in talking to guys. You're going to surpass that belief system if you put this into action. So if you kind of just get a couple of resources on, you watch some videos on how to be more comfortable in your approach, and then you go out there and you put it into practice, you grow an experience, naturally that experience is going to push your comfort zone wider and wider until that boundary dissolves. You're just going to be comfortable in that setting, in that situation. And there's like proof of concept here. You can see that a lot of guys or girls that you might not think are like the most visually appealing to whatever standards that you might have. I'm trying my best not to be like superficial here or anything, but maybe they're not as like symmetrical as you might hold your picture of beauty, but they have a partner that fits that standard of beauty for you. And it's like, how? I don't understand. How does that guy get that girl? How does that girl get that guy? It's because they're confident. They're able to just be themselves. On top of that, they probably bring a lot to the table beyond this superficial thing of a nice face and a nice body, whatever. But that's a whole other conversation. So, now we understand what confidence is. Confidence is the absence of discomfort. How do we get to that point where we're grounded and we're comfortable in approaching a situation? We have to get resources and get guidance on how to approach whatever it is that we're not comfortable with. And then we have to grow some experience from that little base of knowledge that we just grew for ourselves. That's how mastery works, right? Mastery in a sport. Mastery in that example that I used earlier of tying your shoes. You had some guidance. Somebody showed you how to do it, and then you put it into practice. You took action. That's important. That's the most important part. You can't just know and be like, okay, yeah, now I'm going to be confident. Because you're not. If you watch a couple videos on how to be yourself and how to just approach girls more comfortably, maybe a lot of things that you hear, it's like, oh yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, now I know how to do it. The next time you go approach a girl, you're not going to be that confident right away. You have to put it into practice. You have to kind of be able to integrate it before those feelings of discomfort and fear and, being reluctant fade away. Now, this topic of confidence isn't just important for social settings. It's not just important with getting a good-looking partner. It has an effect on every aspect of your life. If you lack confidence, you're not going to be able to step into your power and do what it is that you want to do. Because you're going to lack the confidence to make your own decisions and think your own thoughts. With a lack of confidence is a huge space for other people to sort of manipulate your psychology because you're not confident in the way that you're thinking, the way that you're wanting to live out your life. So it's like, maybe I want to go to school for this, but your parents tell you, no, there's no money in that. I don't care that you like it. You can keep doing it as a hobby, right? You can keep doing art as a hobby, but you're not going to get your degree in that. You're going to get your degree in accounting because that's a lot more safe and secure. So do you see where I'm going with this? Not having confidence is going to hinder your ability to live an authentic life. Because what confidence is a lack of discomfort, right? So if you're uncomfortable with being authentic to yourself, you're going to let everyone else influence your decisions. And you're going to grow to resent those people for giving you shitty advice, and you're going to resent yourself for listening to them. A good way to understand, who should I be taking advice from? This is just a little side note. People take advice from everybody just because maybe they're older and they have a secure job. You should be taking advice from people that you see as role models. And to decide who your role models are, you have to be analyzing and kind of just feeling out, are they happy? Or are they just kind of lucrative materially? Maybe they have a house. Maybe they paid their mortgage. But there's not always a strong correlation with that and happiness. It's are they happy? Because somebody else who's been just renting apartments for the last 20 years and maybe is not as materially successful is a lot more happy than them. And why? They probably had the confidence to be comfortable in their own skin, to be comfortable with having tough conversations. Mom, Dad, I don't want to get a degree in accounting. Sure, maybe it's comfortable, but I don't want to live my life like that. You have the confidence to live an authentic life to yourself. This is profound. This is going to have a profound effect on your life. Confidence spreads like fire. If you develop confidence in one aspect of your life and you use this method that we talked about, right? Growing a little bit of a knowledge base and then implementing it into experience, and you consciously go throughout that, like carry out that process, you're going to realize, okay, I can do this everywhere. And you're just naturally going to find yourself doing it more and more. So start with one little area of your life that you want to be more confident in and spread it, right? Just keep it going. Carry that momentum of confidence forward. And it's going to have a huge effect for your life as a whole, not just in that one area. Because you're going to be more confident to have tough conversations that are very beneficial to have, right? You're going to be able to have better communication skills, right? Like communication is something that requires like tough conversations sometimes, but communication is the key to like a healthy relationship, right? So there's that example where you're going to be able to be more effective at that. You're going to be able to live more authentically to yourself. So you're going to walk down a path that you're happier with. I think that concludes this video. Getting a little bit repetitive now, so I'm going to wrap it up here. If you guys like this, if you appreciate the content that I'm sharing, please like it, share your thoughts with me, share me a comment down below, repost it, share it. That would mean a lot for me, give me some more exposure. And also just a reminder that I am offering life coaching sessions, so if you wanted to use me as a resource, if you watch my videos and you kind of resonate with my energy and you want to work with me personally, I do offer one-on-one private coaching sessions, and I would be glad to be your resource and kind of hold your hand through whatever process it is that you want to go through. That concludes today's video, guys. Take care. Have a nice day. Hope you enjoyed.